Hi everybody, Rochelle here from Quebec CICHLID. Welcome to another exciting episode of Fish Store Xtreme Makeover! Today we will be moving aquariums that I have been procrastinating for a little while. Why? Because it's a 125 gallon that has been placed really high up here. So we're gonna be taking the top one down. We're gonna be doing this in steps because in the end, even the middle row will have been taken down. And behind you will be another aquarium, not this one, but another 6-footer. That'll be like the demo when you go into the store, and that will be all you see. For those of you who are new to the channel, I've been working on my Fish Store Xtreme Makeover since 2016. Since 2017, that was season 1. That's when I started filming them as well. So 2016, there is no record of it whatsoever. There's just a couple of pictures that I occasionally put in my videos like this. We moved all the aquariums just to make it easier for us to move around and just for the water changes and make it a lot more uniform. And that's what we're working on today and in the store. It's actually one of my clients, Michel. He came into the store once, and as a business owner himself, he saw all the little changes, big changes that could have been done, and unfortunately for us, they were really good ideas. So thanks to his inspiration and his suggestions, we're able to start working on that in 2017, hence the first season of Fish Store Xtreme Makeover. So I don't think I've ever said it on video, but thank you so much, Michel, for your help. And all of it started when he looked at my 6-footer and he looked at the small aquariums next to it and he says, you know, that doesn't really work, right? And then the rest is history and video history, so check him out after this one. Behind my 6-footers are actually some 55-gallon tanks as well. So those are going to be moved eventually. Today we are working on the top row, so there's just one 55-gallon tank that will be taken down. We're not working with last-minute panic as we did in all the previous episodes of Fish Store Xtreme Makeover, as we already did the shipment. Usually I would fix all the aquariums up like the day before our shipment, so I'd work until 2 a.m. and then get the shipment the next morning, and whew, those were big days. But we're still on the deadline because, well, Ben and I, this year, we bought our first house. So this summer, I will not be able to work on my Fish Store Xtreme Makeover. We'll be working on the house. So I want to really get this done before we start the renovations in the house. And then there'll be no more time or energy for moving 6-foot tanks at the store. So go, go, go. So we're going to start off by emptying the tanks and taking down some really beautiful aquarium artisanal plumbing that I'm so sad to take down, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Enough talking about what I'm about to do, and let's actually get to, well, doing it. Let's go! First off, we will be moving this 55-gallon tank that's above my Paratilapia bleakery 55-gallon tank. As you saw in last week's video of my latest shipment, they're still hiding in the bushes. They're not ready to leave just yet. The tank on top has been useless for so long. We noticed at one point that absolutely nobody ever saw the fish in it. So we stopped using it, but never got to taking it down, as it was a good quarantine tank. But now it's gotta go. I'm emptying it with my mag drive pump, onto which I attached a garden hose. It's emptying fast. I put the AquaClear 70 filter on another tank. Can't let that good bacteria go to waste. There is a ridiculous amount of substrate in this tank. I've got to take it out or else I won't be able to move it. So now let's take the aquarium down with Ben, my trusty sidekick. Look at all this beautiful plumbing that was revealed. This was a beautiful aquarium system. I actually presented it in one of my older videos that I'm going to link in the video description. And now we're taking it down. I can't hide that it wasn't an easy decision to take. So much work goes into this, but we'll be building it right back up later on, in the future. Since we'll only be taking down the 125-gallon tank today, we want to be able to continue using the system for now. This is why we are capping the intake and outtake. We're using special glue to bind the PVC together. Once it will be dry, it'll be as if the tank was never there. Taking down the tank isn't easy work. First, we have to remove the water, again with the mag drive pump. The AquaClear 110 that's on it is going to be placed on another tank in the meantime. We will reuse it on this tank once we're done. Technically, for a 125-gallon, just one AquaClear 110 isn't enough. But as this is a full system, there is a pool filter that also filters for all the aquariums, so it's safe. And as for water circulation, we used to have a circulation pump in there when there were a fish. Since it's so high up, this is another aquarium that nobody ever saw, except for giants. So all of this seems to be going down really fast, but it's actually a really long process. As for the substrate, I'm taking it out and not using it ever again. It's some really old stuff that's not even ideal for African cichlids. I'll replace it with some aragonite later on in the video. Thanks to this move, I'll be using a lot less products in the future for my aquariums to raise the pH up to 8.2. There is no way in hell that I'm moving this tank. I've done my share, and I've moved some that were even higher than this one. But after last time, when I wasn't able to move one, it broke me, and I haven't been able to do it again. Of course, my mom is super happy about this. So we invited our friend Simon to help us out. He's Ben's aquarium moving sidekick, and our home moving sidekick for when we'll move into our new home. Yay! Even though these guys make it look easy, it's a rough job, and you can easily get hurt if you don't do it right. I once hurt my back taking down an aquarium, and for months I was suffering. These guys are too confident to wear my back brace, but I highly suggest that you do if ever you have to do this. Keep in mind that this isn't the first aquarium they take down, although it's the last gigantic one that's left to move in the store. This is a big moment for us. And now to beautify this aquarium. For those of you following my Fish Store Xtreme Makeover series, you'll know that this is the longest, most draining, and boring step. I have to scrape off all the paint because it was a good idea at the time, but we painted our aquarium backgrounds and taking it off is hell. But wait, this isn't paint. What is it? It is my finger's worst nightmare. It isn't vinyl like the nice one that I use. It's another kind, the kind you use to stick on books. This means that it's glued onto the tank. I'm peeling it off, and it took in total half an hour. Honestly, it felt like over an hour, but the video doesn't lie. My fingers are now super strong after this, and I'm ready to go rock climbing. Now I'm setting up my vinyl on the tank, that if ever I have to take down, it comes off super easily. The 6-footers are the hardest to do because it's just one big long piece and there's always kinks in it. I fill a spray bottle with water and dish soap mix. This is what will stick it to the tank, not actual glue like the previous one. Ugh, look at this beauty. Now let's set it up. This I can do, but I'll need Simon again to put up the other one on the top row. I'm using aragonite as substrate. This helps augment the water's pH and it it looks fabulous. You'll notice I'm not putting a lot, and indeed it doesn't cover the bottom a lot, but honestly it's just because, well, aragonite is very expensive and we have to cut costs somewhere. So eventually when I get more, I will put it back in this tank. But for now, this is what I have. So now to fill them up, I'm using my mag drive pump and siphons to fill it up with water from my other tanks. They were due for a water change. The man you see helping me is Michel, Ben's father, and my father-in-law. He's the founder of the company. Even though Ben and I are taking over, his help is greatly appreciated. I can't fill the tank up completely because of the holes in the back that will be used for the plumbing. By the way, we just bought all of our plumbing gear, and a system building episode is due in the future. How far in the future? I don't know, but soon, I hope. For lighting, I have this old lighting ramp with the first generation of DIY LEDs I got. The ones I have now are a lot brighter and they're less yellow. These are so yellow and they look ridiculous next to the rest of the tanks. But at this point, I honestly couldn't be bothered. We were all fed up by the end of this video. So let's go back to my office jungle and I'll tell you why. But first, take a look at the finished result. Woo! Isn't it beautiful? So we're back in the comfort of my office jungle, and I'm gonna need a little bit of coffee for this one. Let me explain why this was the worst, the most emotionally, physically draining fish store Xtreme makeover ever. I've never been this burnt out before. And I mean, I finished some at like 2 a.m. the day before a huge shipment, and I've been less burnt out than this. Let me tell you what happened. So, for those of you who live in Quebec, you know what happened. You were there, you've probably seen it on the news. La Naudière, the region where I'm in, Terrebonne being the most effective, we were hit by an ice storm. For those of you, my international viewers who probably have never seen these two words put together, let me explain to you what this is. Basically, when the temperature hits 0 degrees Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit, and it rains, it can rain. And when it rains and it hits the ground, it turns to ice because it's freezing temperature. So that makes an ice storm. And so everything's slippery. You think that'd be the worst, but actually no, the worst is what happens to the trees. The trees become completely frozen and it gets heavy and they break and they fall on our electricity pylons. All of La Naudière, especially Terrebonne, we were in the dark. We had no current. It started on Monday around noon, and for most of us, it finished on Wednesday around 5 p.m. So we were lucky to have caught on quickly as to what the hell was happening. So we went and got a generator. So for 3 days, 2 nights, we stayed at the store with our generator. And by stayed at the store, I mean we were there all the time, 24 hours a day. We slept at the store, we ate at the store, we just lived there because we had to check on the generator so that it doesn't get stolen, obviously, because the generators were going really fast. Everyone was renting them, and well, they were hard to find in the end. And after Tuesday, there weren't any more in the region. You had to go very far away to get some. But obviously, if you needed a generator, you did the mileage, you went there. So that's what happened, and I had already taken down the aquarium. That's when you see Ben and our friend Simon take down the aquarium, that's just before the ice storm happens. And everything after, during the ice storm, I couldn't work on it because I couldn't work on anything. I was helping people out a lot with just dealing with what happened. Many people in their houses, it would go down to 9 degrees Celsius, which is so cold. Many people lost a lot of fish because, I mean, unless you have a generator, it's 3 days, it's a lot without electricity. And everyone had to be really savvy, and people did really good. So So yeah, it came back yesterday, and today I really wanted to finish my video, just finish moving this aquarium, right? Just first of all, get it out of the way because it's taking up like 72 by 18 inches. It's huge. We survived, and tonight the current is back in our home in the store, so at least I'll be able to sleep in my own bed, which is great. Last night too, it felt so relieving. I'm still hurting all over from sleeping on a cement floor, but apparently I'm getting old. That's all it means. Yep. So that is why it was the hardest, not because of what we were doing. I mean, we moved one tank, but really because of what went out all around it. And everyone in Quebec, you can tell who's been through 3 days of hell, because you see it in their face. Like everyone's like, we're just done. Also, for whatever reason, it didn't make sense why we did that, and we're kind of ridiculous when it comes to this. So today was the day where we were supposed to work on the Fish Store Xtreme makeover. Ben was supposed to help me. You know, it's a relaxed day. Honestly, not too many people came in. So I don't know why, in our heads, it was a good idea to order a ton of fish. We have hundreds of fish that came in today. That we went to our local supplier. Why did we go to our local supplier? I don't know. We had fish, but we did it anyway. So now we have a ton of new fish. So that's going to be in next week's video, where you have a lot of tropical fish, a couple African cichlids, some beautiful plants. So, oh my God, Java ferns, wait until you see them. So that is next week. Oh, I'm already feeling the energy coming back. Okay, this is good, this is good. I'm in a good place right now. Okay, so that's it. Next week, we're gonna have a nice little shipment to show you. And well, life goes on. The crisis is over for most people. There's still at least, I think, 20,000 people who are still missing current. So that's not over for them. They're still dealing with that. So our hearts go out to them. Good luck to all of you. All right, so that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you did, there is plenty more where that came from. If you specifically like the Fish Store Xtreme Makeover, this is season 3. This is the 3rd year I'm doing this. So there are a couple other playlists that I will link in the video description. If you want to see how we got to where we are now, go check those videos out. They're very fun, and you also see the progression of, well, my video making skills as well. I also encourage you to subscribe to the channel because I post a new video on every Thursday. So make sure not to miss a single one. And if you want more fishy content in between my weekly videos, well, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, and I have a great website where you can shop online and see all the fish I have for sale. I ship throughout Canada. If you like this fabulous Cichlid Geek t-shirt that I've been sporting throughout the video, you can get it on my Teespring store. Fish Geek is also available, and the t-shirts ship worldwide. Every sale that I make really helps me out, encourages me, and pays for the generator rent, which costs a fortune. Oh my God, generators are so expensive. It's actually gas that was so expensive. So anyways, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. I'm gonna need more of this. Try not to notice that it's broken. It's not broken. I'd rather spend my time moving my tanks than shopping for cups. I'd rather shop for plants too. I'm done, I'm out. Why am I still recording? All right, bye.